Good evening, everybody. It's Lynn here. Whoops.
The winner of this award is effectively a one-woman tourist board, using the power of just her mobile and her bus pass to showcase beautiful sights and amazing events hosted all over the island. Even the weather won't stop her, working both day and night to make sure that people all over the world know just how amazing our Isle of Wight is.
Hi everybody, it's Lynn here, the Go Live Granny, and I've just done a live stream over at the church on the roundabout. I'm down outside the Deli Cafe, and I'm sitting down on Western Gardens on Ryde seafront, and I'm live streaming here on Friday afternoon, the 17th of July. I am sitting in the Go Live Granny community garden, live streaming this time from the garage. I'm sitting out in my front garden because it's actually hashtag National Knit in Public Day. It's time for a little bit of monkeying around, winging our way through the first month of the new decade. I've already done a live stream today, 2020 it is, and I'm live streaming here under my gazebo. No, it's not 10 o'clock. You're not wrong. It's 10 to 6. It's a bit dark. I've been at the Isle of Wight Stylers. I am down on St Helens Green for the St Helens Carnival, and I'm just going to do a quick live stream. So I thought I'd just do a little monkeying about. Wow. All I can say is wow, wow, wow. We have some wonderful people in this community. Over 200 shares. That's the magic. That's when the magic happens, is when everybody starts sharing. So. Hello everybody. Whew, there we go. I was rushing around trying to get done, and I had a phone call which delayed me, but I can see that some of you are sitting there already waiting. Hello everybody. Now I'm holding the phone because I don't know, somewhere I've got a little stand I put it on and I can't find it, but I thought it was more important to go live than it was to run around looking for that. So in a minute I will prop. Hang on, let's do this. Wait a minute. Let's take out. I will. Whoops, I haven't even got my lights in the right place. Whoops. Dear, oh dear, what is the world coming to? So let's have a look and see. Let's get onto the comments and see who's coming in. Hello, Debs. Nice to see you. Hello, Irish Moving Photos, whoever that is there. Lovely to see you. Handcrafted by Gaz. Hello, lovely to see you in. 3 of you coming in there from YouTube. Now, I would stand my phone. I would go this way round and turn my phone round, but I've got my phone plugged in because it needs to be charged up. So if I stand that in something, I won't be able to have it plugged in. Oh, third world problems for Go Live Granny. Oh my goodness me. But nothing ever changes, does it, folks? Anyway, I can still laugh about it. So welcome everybody who's coming in on the live. I'm live streaming here on, what is it? It is Tuesday, the 7th of May, 2024. So if you're on the live, you're extremely welcome. If you're coming in on the replay, you're also extremely welcome. So Irish Moving Photos, do tell us a little bit more about yourself. I don't think you've been here before. Oh, is that you? It's Corrie. Wonderful. Right, not a mystery anymore. So Corrie is there in the comment. Look, this is Corrie. She's also coming in like this. She has a dual personality. So folks, I'm just going to see if I can get the hang on. Oh, there is, wait a minute, there's a lag, isn't there? Right, I've put the sound off there, but I can see the comments on YouTube. I'm beginning to sort out the different issues of how I can do this. I thought that by switching off the volume on my speakers, it would stop that speaking, but it's not doing that. Oh, I know what I can do. Hang on. Let's see if this will work. Right. Okay. So let's put that on now and see where we're at, because the live is lagging behind. So let's have a look. Oh, I think I've cracked it. I think I've sorted it out. There we go. So I can see myself on the screen. I can see myself on here. But I was talking to Tristan about the issues, and he was trying to talk me through using this. And oh, it's the kids' YouTube channel. Excellent, the Irish moving photos. That's lovely. So we have to check that out sometime, won't we? So as I say, I'll hold this for the time being. Wait a minute, I think I need another light. Do I need another light there? I don't know. Whoops. I really don't know how to get my lights sorted. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I think you can see me. You're always going to get reflection on my... I was trying to get the reflection off my glasses, but you can't because the screen is bright and the screen is on, and it will always put the reflection on my glasses. So I'm sorry about that. So how is everybody? Debs is here, Gaz and Corrie. Can you share it, folks? I didn't have time to share this out. I was just trying to do it, and my daughter rang, and my daughter was in a stew about something, and I was trying to talk her through her issue, and then of course I didn't get as organised myself as I was going to, because one of the things I don't do is organise very well. But I am me, and that's how you get me. And if you like me, you like me, and if you don't like me, scroll on by. So there we go. So lots and lots of things today. Oh, I've got some sugar snap pea wrapper on the table. That's because I was eating some sugar snaps before we went live. And the thing is, I'm trying to eat as healthily as I can. You know, and I'm doing very well. And I haven't been to Slimming World last week because I was down at the beach. Some of you will remember I was going on a hovercraft last Thursday at the same time I should have been at Slimming World. But I just went on the scales just now, and it looks like I've lost some more weight this week. The truth will tell on Thursday when I go to Slimming World and get on the scales. But I have been trying to be very good. I was a bit naughty the other day. I had a couple of sandwiches at that event last Thursday that weren't the friendliest for the Slimming World routine, but I generally try and stick to it very well. And I have had friends tell me I'm looking very well, and they've noticed that I am, losing weight. And I think when I don't have my big hoodie on, because so often I wear those very those fantastic hoodies, the ones that are so thick, the ones I usually wear. And I've been wearing those because ever since I had pneumonia, I do not want to catch cold. Today it was warm. The sun was shining, and when I went out, it was too warm to put one on. But that, when I wear those, you can't see the weight loss because they're big and chunky. But I have lost over a stone. It's getting nearer to 2 stone now. So the truth will tell on Thursday. Anyway, I've been a busy bunny since I last saw you. I can't remember which day I last live streamed. I'm sure somebody else might tell me. But I've been busy. I've wanted to live stream some more, but then I was tired and I fell asleep in a chair and all sorts of things. But it doesn't mean I haven't been doing anything. And what I do these days, because I was seriously ill, I pace myself. Because if I don't pace myself, if I don't look after me, I can't look after anybody else. Wait a minute. I think let's put that over there. Actually, let's put that one off. I don't think we need that on, do we? There we go. Let's put that one off. Yes, so if I don't look after me, can't look after anybody else, can I? And of course, I'm wanting to do more with the charities. I'm feeling, so bubbly and bright again after all that, the last year of trying to get better from the pneumonia. And suddenly I feel really bright and cheerful, a bit of a spring in my step, so that's really nice. I've been doing some paper crafting. I've been doing some knitting. I got back to my knitting because many of you will know that I was a knitter. Oh, before I do that, I forgot to tell the people coming in on a replay to make a comment, because anybody who comes on in the future, if they make a comment in the comment section, I will know, it will send me a message and I will say hello to them. So, but if you're here live, obviously I can see you here now. So yes, I got out of the routine of doing that. I always used to do that at the beginning of the live streams, didn't I, before I sort of had that big break of not live streaming. So anyway, yes, so I've had a long break from knitting, decided I wanted to knit again. So I've been knitting, I've been paper crafting, I've been sitting and resting and watching TV sometimes without doing any of those chores and things. So anyway, folks, those that regulars, can you share to the actually, let me share now. Let me share to Facebook and see if that brings some more people in, because I didn't have time. I really need to get into the habit of actually getting this shared properly. So let's post that up now. And so, wait a minute, let's do this. So, what's everybody been up to? Gaz, have you been doing some live streams? Sorry, I haven't had time to pop in and see yours. I expect you have been doing some live streams, haven't you? So let's just get this up here now. And then I'll be able to tell you all about what I've been up to. So some of you will know that on Wednesday of last week, I went to Bod's. I don't remember when I last streamed, folks, so I can't tell you what I did. But on Wednesday of last week, I popped into. I think I might have told you. I popped into Bodster. My lovely friends, who helped me out, gave me a ride over to Bodster, where I went to see Joe and Giles, who run the Bodster charity. And Bodster is a charity. They have horses and they work with people with dementia, learning difficulties, and they work with school children and adults, all different age groups they work with. And working with the horses and the people with difficulties is magical. You need to look at it. You need to go to Bodster. Let me see if I can find the Bodster page and put you a link in there. Hang on. Whoops, I'm just going to move my fairy castle, because my fairy castle's in my way of my keyboard. Here's my fairy castle. I'll show you that in a minute. You might have already seen it, but let's just... the reason I like to sit here with my computer is so that I can, bring up links and things, and I'm getting back to doing it. So this is the... I'm going to just copy and paste that so that you can see that this is the Bodster charity. Let's paste that in there. So if I paste it in there, I need to paste it into Facebook as well, don't I? I don't know. I don't know what I do. Oh, if I go... Yes, because I haven't got StreamYard playing. Because if StreamYard was playing, it gave me the feedback. But actually, my son's taught me what to do about that now. But I didn't have time to sort it out. So let's go into the... onto the Facebook page, and let's just oh no no, I want to find the live stream on Facebook. No, that's not right. Wait a minute. Sorry folks, it's terrible, isn't it? Hello Abby, how are you? Nice to see you. So I've got to go onto my Go Live Granny my Go Live Granny page. That's right, that's where it will be. So if I haven't come in through StreamYard on the comments on my computer, I have to drop it in both the YouTube and the Facebook tab. So wait a minute, let's just get that done, and then I've got a box to open. I've got some craftings to show you. I'm going to pose you a question in a minute. And yeah, you've got some new dice to play with, Abby. Where did you get your dice from? Do tell us where you got your dice from. So I think, have I got new dice? I might have. I've got a box to open in a minute. So in a minute, I will stand the phone in the box. It's still charging up. Look, I've got the wire here, but I can't stand it in. I'm going to stand you in one of these little boxes in a minute because I don't know where my little stand is. I got a little stand that I usually put you in, and I can't see it anywhere. It's done a runner. Oh, you got them from Temu. Yes, Temu's a great place to get them from. Right. Now, I'm trying to get onto my Go Live Granny page, and it doesn't want to give me my Grow Life Granny page for some silly reason. But yeah, Temu is brilliant. So I sometimes buy off Temu, sometimes I buy off Tonic, sometimes I buy off Amazon occasionally. And Abby is talking about the dies that we use in our crafting to cut out. So a die is a little metal shape. Look, there's a die, and that's some beautiful ivy. That's an ivy die. It's the ivy. So I put it on some green card. Can you see? And made some ivy to go down my tower. Can you see? Piglet, stars, hearts. Oh, you've got lots of lovely things. That's good. And you would have got them at a very reasonable price as well, doing that. So that was good. Hang on. Well, I'm just I'm having issues here trying to get. All right, here we. I think we might be here. Oh, there we are. There I am, over there. So if I put that sound off, I can watch this. I can watch it and get the. Oh, hang on. That's it. There we go. I've now got the Facebook and the YouTube together. That's all right. So there's the Bodster link going onto Facebook. So that's excellent. Now down the bottom, it's got Ryde Town Council. Let's take that one off for now because I didn't want. Let's take that banner off for a minute. I didn't really want that on for a minute because. There we go. What I want to do is try and find the link for the crowdfunder for Ryde Town Council. So let's have a look, but I can't. So what I'm going to do is put on this link. So any of you who feel like having a look at the Just Giving page for Giles and Joe, that's the, actually, I'll tell you what, let's take these off for a minute and I'll put the links. Wait a minute, let's take it off. Where's it gone? It's gone now. So, right, let's go back. Yeah, so there are fundraisers that I'd love any of you to support if you feel like it. And I will put the links up later or put them on my page. And rather than have them going across the bottom at the moment. So because there's too many things to do. So let's tell you. So I had a wonderful time down at a Hover Travel last week where they were showing us the boardwalk that's going to go on Ryde on the beach in Ryde, so that people with wheelchairs or people like me who have a mobility issue and walk with a walker, we will be able to go on the beach with our walkers, with our wheelchairs, whatever. And we were on the hover. I think I might have told you this the other day. We were on the hover, and the hover took us for a ride, and it took us right up, and it beached right in front of the boardwalk. So the boardwalk, it's wooden, and in the winter they're going to put it away, but in the summer it will be on the beach. And it means that people can come in on the hover and can we could get off the hover and straight on to the boardwalk, so we didn't have to go on the sand. It was amazing. So that was on Thursday. Met some lovely people, some fantastic people there. Michelle is one of the ambassadors, and she has Evan, who you have to use a wheelchair all the time, and she's being an ambassador and an advisor. And working with Ryde Town Council. So this is amazing because we want people to come to Ryde. There are lots of people who'd love to come, but if they've got disabilities, they won't, they don't know unless we tell them how good it will be for them. So I'm a bit tired, folks. If I sound a bit tired, I am tired today. I've been on the go quite a lot. So, please forgive me. And so I will be sharing a lot of that out. They are going to be looking for donations so that we can keep up the good work, but never mind. We can share, we can donate. If you can't donate, you can share, definitely. So that's good. So in between times, I've been doing some crafting. So let me show you. Actually, I'm going to take the my the charger out now and stand you in my little. You're standing in one of my little boxes because that's a good way to work with it. Okay, so those of you who didn't see this on my page, this is the latest Tonic Studio, and it's a fairy tower, and it's actually, look, those turrets belong to the bottom box. There's two boxes here. I don't know if I can do this on camera. Wait a minute, let's see. Whoops. It's because, oh, now let's see. So this one comes off, and that is a gift box. Okay, and then look in the top there, it's got holes in it where the turrets come up through. But there are ways of making this into a very tall tower. So I could make a very tall tower, and I could decorate all down there. I can't decorate there if I want to squash this down because the bits on the side here would all get knocked off. But if I want to make it a very tall tower that doesn't go right down, I could do that. And then I have seen where people have put a lovely cone on it and made a fairy village. So that's good too. Hello, Finley. Nice to see you. Sorry, the camera's standing in a little box because I can't find my camera stand, and I have to look over like that to see your comment come in on there on the bottom. So I apologise. So this, yes. So I was itching to make this, and it's lovely. I really loved making that, and as I say. I could put a cone on there to make it, you know, very much more fairified. Fairified, is that a word? And then I decorated it up with these little flowers. Now, those flowers are just cut. They're being die cut out of pink card. And the little dots in the middle are my wonderful Nuvo drops. So I've started buying a lot of things from Tonic Studio. And sometimes I get these bottles in with some of the kits, and you just squeeze a little bit and they make those little middles. I used to buy the gems and stick them on, but that's so fiddly that the Nuvo drops really is good. So I've got a whole load of Nuvo drops, and in a box down here that I'm going to open in a minute, I think I've got some storage for the Nuvo drops because I've got loads and loads of these in my drawer. Look, aren't they beautiful? They're lovely, and they've got gems on the top. When they're empty, I can use those gems on the cards or the products. That would be good, wouldn't it? So so I'm enjoying making my little flower centers or whatever it is. So I've got, oh, I don't know, let's see if I can lift this up without dropping everything, because I've been having a play today before I went out. So I waited until 3 o'clock because I had a parcel coming by 3. Royal Mail said it would be here by 3, and it wasn't. Surprise, surprise. So I went down into town at 3:30, and just, whoa, dropping them all. Just when I got to town, I got a message to say, your parcel has been delivered. And I could see a picture of my parcel in somebody's hands. I presume the delivery person. But I couldn't tell whether they'd actually hidden it in the place that I asked them to hide it. But actually, they had. I have a hidey place if I'm not in, and they had put it away in the little hidey place. So that's this box here, and I'm going to open it with you in a minute because I haven't had time to open it. But I just wanted to show you. Don't know if you can see without me tipping them off. I have got flowers and I've got butterflies on here, and I've been decorating them all up. So I've been playing with my Nuvo drops, okay, because that's all new to me, so it's all a game. But what do you think I made these out of? What do you think that's made out of? I've recycled something to make my butterflies, and I've recycled something to make my ivy. What do you think it is that I recycled to do that? It's a silvery thing. I've got some lovely little silver flowers. Whoops, no, don't let you see the back, otherwise you'll know what I recycled. All right, so do you like to recycle? And hang on, so do you like doing recycling? So let's have a look. So Have a guess. Have a guess. Let's bring it to you right up to the screen. Can you see? It's silver. It's silver, and I've cut it out of something that I have recycled that would have gone in the bin otherwise. And I'm very pleased that I can recycle all of that. So that's good. So I will be making more fairy towers because I want to make them all in different colours, and there'll be lots of fun. And then we might sell some of those for the charities that I'm working with, or that I'm not yet working with, but might want to work with me, because I'm happy to try and do fundraising. So so that's that. And then in a minute, I want you to guess. Nobody's guessing what I'm recycling. They're not guessing. Let's have a look. Wait a minute. Let's. I'm just going to. Right. Okay. Right. So there's lots of comments coming in on some of my pictures over there in the group. Anyway, what else? I've been knitting. That's right. I got back to my knitting. I wanted to knit. Now, some of you will know foil trays. No, but you're on the right track. It is something foil. It is a foil item, but it's not trays. And of course, you've got to be very careful when you cut these things that they haven't got sharp edges. I have a feeling if I use foil trays, they might be sharp on the edges. I'm not sure. So have another guess, but obviously you're thinking hard about it, Abby. So some of you will know too that my dishwasher went wrong, and I have decided to get rid of it. And I've left a message for lids. Yes, Abby, you are right. You are right. Lids. They are my Muller Light yogurt lids. Look, that's what I've been recycling. I've got loads of them. And I have Muller Light yogurt because it's very good on the Slimming World plan. Look. So that was vanilla and dark chocolate sprinkles. And when I have these yogurts, they are only half a sin on the Slimming World plan. So that's good. I don't waste a lot of sins on my yogurt, and I do love these yogurts. And these yogurts are normally 90p each, but several of the shops have got them at 50p each. So Morrison's have them at 50p each if you buy 12. Was it if you buy 12? They work out, or did they work out at under 50p? Anyway, a really good deal, but they would only let you buy 20 on Morrison's, which is stupid because that's not a multiple of 12. So I could only buy 12 that were on the special offer. If I bought 2 lots of 12, they charged me the full price for the other ones. So I only bought 12 last time, and then I hadn't got enough. So I went in Iceland today, and they got them 4 for £2. So they were 50p each. And I'd far rather these days have these yogurts than have a bar of chocolate, because it's helping me to lose weight and it's helping me to feel so much healthier than I did before. So that's good news, isn't it? So anyway, back to the fact that I decided to get, hang on, I'm trying to get rid of something off my screen and it's not going. How do we get rid of all those comments off there? I don't know. It's not doing what I want it to do. Oh, hang on. Now it's gone tiny. The whole thing's gone tiny. It's shrunk. Come on. Let's bring that. There we go. But I can't get rid of the comments. Oh, there they've gone now. So my lovely friends last week, I showed them my scrubbies because I'm not going to replace my dishwasher. I want the dishwasher space as storage space for the tins, all my tinned food, because I want to move my tinned food from where it is because I've got too much craft stuff. And I want to put my craft stuff in the Calyx units, and I want to put the tinned food in the space where the dishwasher used to where the dishwasher is at the moment, but I want the dishwasher taken away. So I've messaged Johnny at Ace Waste to have a quote for how much it's going to cost me to take it away, but I might not be able to do it until after my next pension date, because it depends what the quote is. I think I'm going to have to wait till the next lot of pennies come in, and then I will be able to get rid of the dishwasher and have a storage system where the dishwasher was, so that all my tinned food can go in there, because I buy tinned food when they're on offer. I fill up with the things when they're on offer, and make my money go the best possible way. So so now I'm doing washing up by hand. You can never have too much craft stuff, I know, Abby. I'm just trying to house it all at the moment. But you might see, look, there's still some space on the top of that cupboard. There's some space over there. There's still lots of spaces in different bits and pieces. Some of those little boxes on the side of the Kallax unit are still empty, and I've got some of those on a Kallax unit over here that's still empty. So we've still got spaces to hide those things. So we're doing okay. So anyway, back to the dishwashing. So I've been washing up with those silly sponges that have that green stuff on the bottom, and then it all falls off. You start scrubbing your pan and all that green stuff falls off. And then I remembered that some years ago I made my own scrubbies. So they're for scrubbing the pans, and actually they are so efficient, and my stuff is coming out cleaner than it was coming out of the dishwasher. I know my dishwasher was failing, but it's more satisfying to have the nice stuff. So anyway, I only had 2 of these. I had a red one and a green one, but I had some scrubby wool, so they call these scrubby. So I had some scrubby wool, and until recently I knew where my scrubby wool was. My scrubby wool was in one of the Kallax boxes, and I knew exactly which one it was in. Then the other day I moved stuff all around, and of course I didn't know which one it was in, and I went through about nearly over 30 Kallax cubes before I found where my scrubby wool was. So and I was so excited when I found it, and I was showing this to my friends, Kath and John, and they were fascinated with it. So I was determined to find the wool and knit them their own scrubby, which I have done. And I wanted to knit some more, because I want to be able to have these to put in the wash when I've done some washing up, put them in the wash, keep them very hygienic, and have lots more. So my washing up is all rainbow. So this was the pattern. This is the pattern. I got a free pattern years ago. So I have done a blue one. And somewhere so I've been determined to try and find that wool, but in order to get to the Kallax units to find that wool, I've got to move an awful lot of stuff, because if you remember, folks, I went off and got a huge amount of craft stuff last week, the weekend before last, and I haven't yet housed it all. It's in the middle of my lounge. It's in the way of me moving the furniture that's in front of the Kallax units. So I've had to move stuff about in order to get to the Kallax units to find the rest of the scrubby wool. And so, but I wanted to, so today I've been to Helen's to get some scrubby wool, but I wanted to find the scrubby wool I already had. Now this scrubby wool, they don't make this, they don't sell anymore, because it went out to the company that made this went out of business. Now it's really weird, because this was made by Wendy, the knitting company Wendy, and Wendy's gone out of business, and I didn't know what you wash these at. I was putting them in a 95-degree wash, and it actually doesn't matter, because I thought I want to get rid of all the germs out of that. And when I give my washing machine a drum clean, it does it at 95 degrees. So I just was throwing them in there with that. I had no idea what it was supposed to be. It doesn't matter. And then over the weekend, I was tidying up, trying to make more space to get all my craft stuff in and get organised and tidy. I'm forever tidying. Never seem to, it's like the Fourth Road Bridge. I never seem to get finished before more stuff comes. Anyway, I was tidying up a box of papers that I haven't been in that box for years. And I was tidying through the papers, and out popped
one of the wool bands off the ball of wool that these were made from. So it was the Wendy ball. It was really funny that it just popped out. And I think the actual washing for this is 30 or 40 degrees, but it doesn't matter. If you do it hot, that's really going to be good. And it didn't melt them or anything doing it very hot, so they're good. But it's so good. I thought it would irritate my hands when I was knitting because it's scratchy. It's got to be scratchy to clean the pans, but it's not actually scratchy. But somehow it makes those pans clean. And so I'm well pleased. So I've been knitting scrubbies. So I know that the scrubby wool will eventually not be available anymore. So this particular one isn't. And I looked on Amazon, and Corrie was looking as well. We were looking because she was interested in scrubby wool. And I looked for alternatives, and I did find them, but they were like about £7 or £8 a ball now. And this one, the ball band that I found said it was £2.80. So there's a big difference from how much it was to how much it is now. It's still more economic to knit yourself scrubbies than it is to keep buying them and throwing them away, even if you get them in the pound shop. They just fall apart too quickly and they don't do the job very well. But I had a pan. I didn't throw it away. I'd burnt some food into a pan, and I tried with those sponges with that green stuff on it, and I couldn't get it clean. Tried it with this the other day, and it's actually taking the burnt bit off. It's brilliant. So I'm well pleased with that. So I got in touch with Helen. I think I probably bought the wool from her in the first place. I'm not sure because it's too long ago. But she saw me talking about it on social media, and she said that she had some of this wool. So I thought I would go and see her today because she hadn't got a lot left. And I thought I'd go down and see her and get some before it was all sold out. And so, because I could see myself making some of these for my family and my friends. I made one for Kath and John, and they were so excited with it. It was like me. I was excited to do it. Never been so excited to do the washing up, really. But anyway, that's it. So, and I'm back onto my knitting, which is what I wanted to do. So, well pleased about that. And so I said to Helen that I would come down today because, of course, yesterday was bank holiday and she was closed. So I come down today. And I was planning to go down this morning, but of course, I'd got a parcel coming, and my parcel was going to come by 3. So when it hadn't come by 3, I thought, oh, it's not going to come today. It'll come another day. So I got myself down into town, and then I got a message saying, your parcel is here. We've delivered your parcel. Anyway, they had put it in my hiding place. So shall we see what's in the parcel? Would you like to see what's in the parcel? Anybody want to see what's in the parcel? We haven't got many people here tonight because nobody knew I was going live. Never mind. They can all watch the replay. Gosh, it's warm. Now, I did bring some scissors. Oh, there they are. Down here. Some scissors. Let's see. Do you want me to open the box or take the money? Those of you who are as old as me will know when I say open the box or take the money, it was a program on TV. It was Michael Miles, from many who's long popped his clogs, used to have a quiz show, and they used to say open the box or take the money. A quiz, people had to decide whether they wanted to be tempted by the money, or whether they would open the box and find they've got the booby prize or the star prize. Abby wants me to open the box, so I'm going to open the box. I want to open it anyway because I want to see what's in here. I've forgotten what I ordered. So, and this, always get lots of lovely brown paper. This will be folded up and reused in some crafting project in the future. So let's put that over there. And another box, a box inside a box, and another box inside a box. Let's put those there for a minute because there's some other things in the box too. Oh, yes. So this one is a free gift. because they were doing a deal with a free gift. So that's the Tonic Studio Premium Card Making Magazine, and there's some dies inside your pack. You've got a 7-piece die set and 13 stamps and an 8-in-1 stencil and 246 element paper pack. There we go. So that's my freebie. Let's put that over there. And then what did I buy? I bought, this was on an offer. Okay, that's the box. Let's move the box out of the way. Oops. I bought, this is Sent with Love envelope die kit. So these, the dies in here, those are the dies. The pink bits there are the dies, and they make these envelopes. I can make envelopes without dies, but because this was on a special offer, I thought I would have those. So I've got those, and I've got this little one, which was, oops, where am I going to put everything? Oh dear, I'm running out of space. And this one is an Enchanting Veranda die set. So it's got some little bits and pieces to making verandas to go on cards or projects. So that is rather nice. And it was on a very special offer, which is why I bought it. I like to buy all my things when they were on special offer. So what do you reckon is in these boxes? I did actually allude to it earlier, so you might have remembered what I said, or you might not have remembered what I said. But I'm going to, they're both the same, so I only need to open one on camera now. So let's have a look. Let's do the unboxing. Let's open this. Look. There we go. There we go. So that over there, and tidy that up in a minute. So let's have a look. So let's, do you know, I had loads of cardboard because I get most of my stuff online these days. I had loads and loads of cardboard, and my lovely friends took it all to the tip the other day, but I'm going to have a stash of cardboard again, aren't I? Oh, it's a 20. It's not. Off. And this is a container for the Nouveau drops. Look, so my Nouveau drops, which are all in a drawer, I can take them out, put them in this, and release the drawer space that they're in, and this can go up on one of those spaces on one of the shelves. So that, and then if I want to craft in here with Nouveau drops, I can bring it in here. If I want to craft in the other room with Nouveau drops, I can take it in the other room without having to sort of try and balance loads and loads of these things. So I thought it was a good idea, and I bought them because they were on a special offer. So look, let's have a look. I think they go. I think we put them in upside down, which is a shame really, because they've got that lovely jewel on the top, and I love seeing all those jewels. But actually, if you store them upside down, then all the liquid goes to the top where you want to squeeze it out. So that sounds like a good idea. There we go. I've got 2 of those, and I've got a lot of Nouveau drops. I've probably got enough to fill one, but I know that in the future I will have more. And I don't know whether it was a pack of 2, or whether the offer was 2 or was 1, and I just happened to buy 2. I don't know. Anyway, I don't remember because I have a bad memory. Ever since I was ill with pneumonia, my memory's bad. So, yeah, so that's what was in the box. I'm going back to my knitting again, because when I found, so when I was looking for the knitting wool, I could not remember what the pattern looked like. I knew when I found it in a pile, I would know it was the right pattern, but I couldn't remember whether it was a paper pattern that I bought or whether it was a freebie. It was actually a freebie, and it was probably picked it up from Helen's shop, I think, where I got the wool. But also, not only have you got scrubbies, but look at this. This is a back scrubber. So you can make this and, you know, clean your back. I might have a go at that one. I don't know. We'll see. the jury's out on that one. I'll but I'll save it. I'll put it safely away, and then sometime I might make myself a scrubby for my back. So anyway, I was going into town, and I was just going to buy wool. Like, I ever just buy one thing. We're just going to get the wool from Helen. So let's show you what I got from Helen. And I told you when I looked for an alternative on Amazon, on different places, they were about £7 or £8 a ball. Well, I got, Helen was doing them at £2.50 a ball, or 5 for £10. So I got 5, look. So I got pink. So I've already got red and blue and orange and green, and I think I've got a white one somewhere. And then I've got some white and some pink and some navy. That's navy, I think. Is it navy? It looks navy. Yes, it says navy on it. She hasn't got a lot more, so if anybody wants to get any from her, you can. She does online, she does postage and all that. But I thought, because yes, I'm going to go mad and make some scrubbies. I'm going to make some scrubbies for me, and I'm going to make some scrubbies for my family members, and maybe for some of my friends as well. Who knows? I don't know how many I can get out of one ball of wool, because I haven't used one whole ball of wool. But this is a cotton. This was more like a nylon one. This is cotton, but Helen says it works just as well. All right, so that's good. And that's got a 40-degree wash on it. So I will be knitting some more scrubbies, and they don't take very long to knit. So that's good. I can knit those in. Sometimes I want to sit and knit. Sometimes I want to do the craft stuff. Now I think I had another. I didn't. Oh no, I showed you that. I showed you that. There. But of course, I went. Well, actually, when I actually booked a taxi to go down in the end to go to take. I had some stuff I was giving away to charity, and I thought, right, let's just get, because the parcel was going to come before 3. The last bus down that I would be in time to get to Helen's from the bottom of my road is 2:30, and of course I'd missed that because I was waiting in for my parcel. So I just thought, I'll get a taxi, and I'll come back on the bus. So I got a taxi, and as I got out of the taxi, there's a lay-by outside Helen's shop, and miraculously it was empty today. It's for deliveries, people to stop and do the deliveries. And miraculously there was nobody in the lay-by today, so the taxi could take me in there. Helen's shop is on one side of the road, Isle of Wool, and on the other side is the Mountbatten Hospice shop. I thought, ideal. That would be so easy. Just pop the charity stuff in there. Slowly, I'm clearing loads of stuff out. But that was another couple of bags went, and then into Helen's shop. Well, as I got out of the taxi, my friend Mo came along. Now, Mo and I haven't seen. We reckoned it's been about 4 or 5 years since we last saw each other. I think we've chatted. We've connected online a couple of times, but not a lot. And so. It was really nice to catch up with her, and I said, "Oh, have you got time?" Because she's always whizzing around. I know she's a busy person. She still works. See, I'm retired, aren't I? Lady of leisure, me. And so I said, "Oh, have you got time for coffee? Can I buy you a coffee?" She said, "Oh, I've got about 20 minutes." I said, "Oh, well, we'd better be quick." So she said she would take the charity shop across the road while I went into Helen's shop to get the wool. So that would save a few minutes. Well, she came back with the charity stuff. They said, "Oh, no, we're not taking any more. We've got too much." Well, if people don't want my charity shop, the stuff the first time I take it in, I'm not going to faff about again. So we were then trying to think where we could go for coffee. Now, I don't like supporting the chain coffee shops when I can support a small independent one. But some of our small independent ones all closed before 4. And we were now, so my taxi came just before 3:30, so I was down around there about 20 to 4, and so all the coffee shops were closing, and we obviously mustn't need coffee after 4 o'clock in Ryde. Anyway, so I said we were trying to think where to go for coffee, so we had to walk. So we thought we'd walk down the road and because there was another charity shop there that I could take the stuff into. So I took the charity shop into the took the charity bags into the cancer shop. And she said, oh, yes, we'll take them. I said, oh, well, the other place. Hello, Kim. Hi, ho. Kim coming there on Facebook. And so we went into the into the cancer research shop and gave them the charity stuff. And she said, oh, yes, we'll take them. I said, oh, the other charity shop didn't want them, you know. And she said, oh, we're a bit full, but no, we'll always take it, she said. And you see, I will go back there knowing that they'll always take it. So anyway, I don't think that's the first time that the hospice shop has said no, they didn't want it. So anyway, they didn't even see what was in the bag. So it wasn't a question of they didn't want what was in the bag. So anyway, we got rid of the charity bags into there. And then we were trying to think where we could go for coffee. And so we were near Cross Street, and the other end of Cross Street is a small independent cafe, which we didn't know whether it was open or not. So we were heading for there. And then I thought, well, I don't know. Let's go. No, let's not go there. Let's go up High Street. I said, oh, let's just go to Costa Coffee because we know they will be open till about 6. Although it's the small independents I really want to support. Anyway, just before we got to Costa Coffee, we came to the Crepe Lovers. And of course, they're an independent coffee shop. They sell crepe, you know, like pancakey things, crepe, that sort of crepe, not crepe paper. Crepe, I think you call it. It's in French, isn't it? The Crepe Lovers. So we went in there. And some of you might have seen my Facebook page. I gave them 11 out of 10 for customer service. And I might have got the same customer service in Costa. But as I say, I like to support the independents, you know, that are struggling for their survival. And so we went in there and had lovely customer service. And we didn't have very long because she was working. She had to get to her workplace. So we literally, by the time we got in the coffee shop, we've got 15 minutes. So we had a chat. We did a photograph. I tagged us and put it on the you know, give them a bit of publicity. Let's tag where we are. So that's what I did. And then you know, Mo and I sort of had a little chat, and then off she went. But I stayed to drink the rest of my coffee, and then I chatted with the people in there and said what lovely customer service it was that they were giving, you know. And that's what you want, that's what you like. So I certainly like proper customer service, so that was really good. So I went in there, and then I really should have gone home. I so should have gone home. I should not have gone into the works, which spells disaster, because it's got a lot of craft stuff in it. And although I've probably got nearly everything that's in the craft in the works, I found some stuff to buy. So, was this? Yes, this was the works, I think. Yes, it was. So, I bought, because I'm back into knitting, I bought a knitting book. Knit a Mini Safari. This book should retail at £7.99 and it was £4. And I was trying to think, had I got this book, because I knew I'd got some of the mini series, and I thought, no, I haven't. Or if I have, and I've forgotten about it, I'm sure that they would swap it for something else. Anyway, when I looked, I've got lots of other of the Knitter mini series, but I didn't have the Knitter Safari, so that was good. But also, they've changed the format, because it used to be in a big paperback, tall one like that. Oh, like on the back of there, this one down here. Whoops, there. And so because I'm back into my knitting now, I'm thinking, well, that would be fun, wouldn't it? To have a go at some of these little safari creatures. Safari's a goodie. So that's what so I bought that. And then I bought this little, I couldn't resist this little paper pad. This was £1.50. But this is a little paper pad with lots of bees on it. And I have got a lot of dies that make that, you know, with bees and honey, honeycombs and all that sort of thing. beehives and all that. And I just fancied that, and I thought, well, I'll get that. I was a bit disappointed because the works don't give you a loyalty card anymore, and I used to sort of really rack up the points on the loyalty card. But anyway, I bought that. And then I saw this: origami, butterflies, birds, and bees. And I've never done much origami, but I just fancied having a go at this. And so you've got the book. It was a £6. I don't know what its recommended price is. Probably quite a lot. Oh, £12.99. Okay. So you've got that, and you've got all the instructions. Whoops. All the instructions on this side. But on this side, whoops. On this side, you've got loads and loads and loads of origami paper. So we're going to have a bit of a go at origami. And then if I have a go, it might be something I do in the craft workshops at some stage that I do with some of the charities. So that appealed to me. And then I saw these. Now these have got poppies on, and I'm being tasked with getting a lot of poppy stuff done. So there are poppies on some of these. Because on the 8th of June, it's D-Day. It's the anniversary of D-Day or whatever. And the Newport and Carisbrooke Community Council are hosting an event to remember D-Day in one of the local green spaces. And our workshop that we do on a Friday said we would have a stand. Now we're not selling stuff, because if you sell stuff, we would have to have a license to, we'd have to pay to sell stuff. And I could make some cards and things, but what happens if they don't sell? That's a waste of time. Old CDs covered with red felt. Oh, that's a good plan, Abby. Absolutely. I've not thought of that one. Thank you. There's all sorts of ways of making red poppies. I tried to make some poppies the other day, last Friday, but I hadn't got any red acrylic paint. So Jan went out and got some, and I was going to do it on the the bottoms of the pop bottles. Like I've got a Fanta here. Look, the bottoms here. If you cut the bottoms of those off, you can paint those red and make poppies with those. But Jan, she got some paint, but there wasn't a very good red, but we decided we could mix it because she got a mix of colours. She couldn't get a big red one like this, like I got today. So she got a mixed one, and they were varied colours. So we were going to try and mix the red, but it was very, very runny acrylic paint, and it was a total disaster. I ended up putting the whole lot in the bin, but it was all it was a bit of paint I wasted and some bottles. Didn't matter, did it? You did it years ago with the Boys Brigade. Excellent, Abby. So because I saw this poppy stuff, I'm going to make some stuff. We're not going to sell on the day, but what we can do is have some stuff on display, and we're going to have a poppy display. And I thought I could make some things that we display so that people can get them, they can pop into the hub if they want to buy at a later stage, because we don't want to be involved in having to pay for a stand and then finding that we've paid for a stand and we don't sell anything, etc. Hello, Tina. Nice to see you, Tina. Lovely to have you in here. Coming in from Facebook. That's it. So I saw these poppy ones. I've got poppy paper already, but of course this was more poppy paper. I couldn't resist getting the poppy paper. So I got the two of pop. I didn't realise I'd picked up 2 pads. I thought I picked up 1. And when I got to the cash desk, she said, "You've got 2." So I was going to put 1 back, and then I thought, oh, why don't I just have 2 of them? Then I got lots of poppy paper. So that's what I did. And then I got 2 of these. And I can probably if this is runny, I don't know what it's like because I haven't opened it. If it's runny, I can probably thicken it up. I tried to put PVA glue in the one that we had on Friday because it was so runny. I wanted to put the PVA glue in it, but the PVA glue was very runny and made it worse. So I'm going to experiment at home and have a go and see if I can't make some poppies out of the bottoms of the plastic bottles. And this is one of the drinks that I can have that doesn't put. Look, it's 0 sugar Fanta, I have pineapple and grapefruit. I have these ones because they're okay on Slimming World. They fit in with the Slimming World plan, so they don't count any sins or anything on the Slimming World plan. So that's what I'm going to do. But of course, I went in the works. Then I went in Poundland. I should. I'm terrible. I should have stayed away, but I didn't spend a fortune in Poundland. But I did get some of these jars. Now I've got some big mason jars, and I've got some new shelving in my kitchen. I bought some of those shelves that you can put on your countertop, so you've got more space, because I have very little cupboard space in my kitchen. My kitchen's part of my lounge, lounge diner all in one. I've got one big room, but one bit's the kitchen, and then it's lounge and diner and craft area. I've got I'm in my craft room, but my lounge is also a craft room. So I've got all of that. So don't have a lot of cupboard space. Hence why, because the dishwasher's gone wrong, I'm going to get the dishwasher taken away. And then I can use the space where the dishwasher was to put all my tins food. And I'm just working out the storage of that. Do I put it on a little trolley and push it in and pull it out so it's easy? Because I've got to do everything that's easier for me now. I find things more, I won't say more difficult, more challenging. I can't lift so much stuff. So a lot of tin food, trying to lift it. Individual tins is okay, but not putting a lot of heavy stuff up high, or not having to move lots of heavy stuff is a good plan. So I bought these. I tested it out by buying one, and I liked the countertop shelving, so I then bought a second one to go on the countertop the other side. So I've basically got on this side, I've got my fridge freezer. The corner is where I sit and sometimes live stream for you. And then there's my fridge freezer, and then my sink, and then a countertop where I've got one of these stacking things. Then it goes round the corner, and I've got an oven, which I don't use anymore. I use the oven for storage of some of my pots and pans and my slow cooker. They all go in there now because I don't use my oven. One, because it's very expensive, and two, because I don't like bending down, that I'm not so good at that, and putting things into the hot oven there, not so good at that anymore. So decided not to use my oven. I've got an air fryer, I've got a hob, I've got the slow cooker if I want it. I am contemplating now, some people think I'm bonkers because I've got an air fryer, but I'm contemplating having a countertop oven, because I would like to do some stuff in a little oven. Sometimes I have the air fryer on, and I might want to be doing something else at the same time. I have all these things. I'll work it out. I may get one of those countertop ovens or not, and the jury's still out on it. But I've got the countertop that I could slide the thing into if I wanted to. I've got the countertop shelves, so it's brilliant because it's got things on the side that you can hang all the hanging things on. On my ceiling, friends years ago put a thing up where I could hang the pots and pans up there. But now I could be a bit of a danger to myself because my mobility is not so good and I can't stretch so much as I used to. I'm in danger of, when I unhook a pan off of there, clonking myself on the head with the pan. I didn't think it was a very good idea, which is why I bought these countertop things to put things on, and it gives me more space. So on this thing that's still on the ceiling, I've got a few very lightweight things up there, and so then I've got this second, I bought this month, this second countertop set of shelves. So but I want to put jars of the nut. I have nuts. I'm allowed 5 walnuts on the Slimming World plan, 5 walnuts a day. Or I was looking up, the different nuts that I could have, the choices of what I could have. And I don't like all the half-empty packets lying around. So I invested very heavily, £1. I paid £1 for this jar from Poundland. And I'll get some points on this because Isle of Wight, Poundland on the Isle of Wight is trialling an app. on the Isle of Wight, and I think in Northern Ireland they're doing it as well. So they're trialing an app, and it gives me points and it gives me perks. Every now and again there's some perks, and today one of the perks was the kitchen towels had 25 pence off them. So I thought, oh, time to buy the kitchen towels then, because I always like a bargain. So anyway, I'm standing in the shop doing this because I've got to make sure that these things are not too heavy. If I've got them on a shelf, that they're not going to be too heavy. I have the big mason jars that are glass. I think these are glass. Yes, they're glass. But I had big mason jars that are heavy before you put anything into them. And I just could see that being a danger to me if I have them up here and trying to get them down. So I've invested in some smaller ones now, because they look nice when you've got your food in them. They look nice. So I went, and I could even paint on the outside. I could do some crafting on the outside of that, or I could, make it a fancy jar, couldn't I? But I paid £1. So I bought about, I think I got 4 of these for the different bits and pieces. And if that works well, I may get 1 or 2 more. I've got 1 or 2 smaller mason jars. I've got my spaghetti in one, but normally for spaghetti you have a long one, don't you? Because spaghetti's long. But I didn't want a long, heavy one, so I used a small one and broke my spaghetti in half and put it in the pot. It does tend to ping a bit when you break it, but to me it solved a problem. So that's what I did. So I went into, as I say, Poundland and got some jars. Did I get any? I got a few bits and pieces in there. I can't remember what the other bits were. I'm not going to worry about. Oh, kitchen towel and bits and pieces like that. Didn't spend a fortune in there. Haven't got a fortune to spend. And then I decided to go to Iceland, because I usually do all my food shopping online and I use Top Cashback to get money back on the shopping I buy, which has been really good so far. But I know that on a Tuesday, I didn't know whether they still did it, but I went to see, they give a discount to senior citizens. So I thought, let's go and see this. But they don't do it if you do your shopping online. So I thought, well, let's go in there and see. I wanted some more of my yogurts, because I'd eaten all my yogurts up, and I didn't want to do a big Morrison's order for delivery, because you have to do about £40 at a time to, I think, or maybe for delivery. Actually, they've been doing free delivery recently, Morrison's. I think it was a minimum of £25 recently. So that was good. I didn't mind doing it when I've got free delivery. I do more than one order, but I didn't want to do even possibly as much as £25. I didn't spend £25 in Iceland. I spent less. And but I like the Muller Light yogurts, and because they're only half a sin on Slimming World, and I do like them. And then I put fruit with that, and fruit, of course, most fruit is a speed food, which is good for the slimming and doesn't put any you don't have to count any sins for that. So that's what I was doing. That's what I wanted to do. So I wanted to get some more yogurts. If I go for fat-free Greek yogurt, it doesn't count as any sins, not even half a sin. And I can have as much as that with as much fruit. So I tend to get frozen. I buy a lot of ordinary fruit, but I get frozen fruit as well, so that if I'm not going to want to do another shop, because I hadn't been going out, I would need to do an online shop. But because now I'm going out a bit more, I can do a top-up shop from somewhere. We've got a greengrocers in. That's right. I went into the greengrocers and I bought some strawberries and grapes. They have really good deals. They have bowls outside the shop for £1 or £1.50. So I topped up with some fruit there, but I also bought some frozen fruit, because then when all the fresh fruits run out, the frozen fruit is there to use, before I have to do the next big shop. But I have found out recently that if you use mason jars and I haven't done it with the fruit, but I did it with my carrots. My carrots were always going off. And then I found out that you could put your carrots in a mason jar and wrap it in kitchen towel, and it lasted weeks. And I've tested it out, and it really does work weeks. It does work and saves your carrots, because my carrots were always going off after a few days, and I ended up throwing them away. And I understand that you can do it with the fruit as well. It won't go off if you put it into a jar in the fridge. So I've got to double check whether you wash it first or what you do, because I haven't done it with the fruit. But they had some lovely little strawberries in the greengrocers today, and it was a greengrocers that stays open till 6 o'clock. You know, so many of our shops, our small independents, closed at 4 or 5, you know. So I was delighted to see it was open till 6, and Iceland was open till 6, I think, as well. So I went to the greengrocers, and then I went to Iceland, and I looked at the Slimming World meals, ready-made meals, and decided that actually I'm making most of my own meals these days. And when I make my own meals, I know exactly what goes into it. And you know, I'm sort of pretty au fait with making quick meals, but that are really good and nutritious. And because I craft in the lounge a lot, I can craft while I can sit over here, my pan can be cooking over there. I can sit and do some crafting and then nip over and stir the pot or whatever I need to do. So I've got it all sussed. It's all worked out. So I decided not to buy any of the ready meals because it was cheaper to not do it. I mean, they're good. And you know, there was a lady behind me in the queue and she was buying them, but she works and I totally get it. If I was working, I would go for the easy option, but I'm not. I'm retired, so I could do that. So I bought some bits and pieces in there, but I then got to the cash desk and I said, "Oh, I understand that Tuesdays I think you give something to the pensioners, don't you?" And the guy said to me, "Yes, we give 5% off." Well, he fibbed. He fibbed. But anyway, I haven't actually checked my receipt. I ought to check my receipt to see, you know, that I did get it off, but I was too busy putting my shopping away. I've got a receipt, I can check. Anyway, they said, yes, you need your bonus card. Of course, I couldn't find my bonus card because I haven't used my bonus card for such a long time. And I think I had to clear out because I had always shopped online ever since I was ill last year. So I didn't know where my bonus card was. They said, never mind, we'll give you another one. So they just had to scan that into the till, and that was okay. So he told me quite categorically I get 5% off. Well, 5% is better than no percent. So I was happy with that. Anyway, just going out the door, and there's a thing on the door that says pensioners get 10% off. You just need to show your bus pass or your, what was it? Didn't even mention, I think the bonus card was there, but you could show your bus pass to show that you were over 60. And so I went back and I said, over there it says it's 10% off. You know, so 10% with your bus pass. So why is it only 5% with your bonus card? He said, because I didn't tell you the truth. I thought, what was all that about? I don't get it. He was busy serving, so I wasn't going to, you know, make a fuss over it. But just as long as I know, because I want the best discount I can get. and now I've worked out something else that I might be able to do even better for myself. So as I say, mostly I have a lot of, when I do the big shop, it's lovely to have the shopping brought to me because I don't have to go out and bring it and get it home. But if Tuesday is a day when I can get a further discount in Iceland, I've worked it out. I do the top cashback. So anybody who doesn't know about cashback, you need to know. Let me give you the link. If you don't know about top cashback, you need to look at this, topcashback.co.uk/ref/go live granny. And so I get cashback on most of the shopping I do. And why wouldn't people do that? You know, I'm going to buy things anyway. So if I can do it by going through the Top Cashback site, and you don't have to pay to be a Top Cashback member. I do pay a very small amount per year. I think it was £5 for a year to be like a premium member because there's a better deal. But it's only that one payment. They take it out of any cashback you've. They don't take it off you. They take it out of whatever cashback you earn. So wait a minute, let's go on the comments. So I've been using cashback for over a year, and I have had over £300 back on things I was going to buy anyway. But because I went through the Top Cashback site, I got that money back. No, sorry, £60 of that 300 was because I introduced other people to the scheme, and 2 of those people actually went right through and qualified for their top cashback. Most of them didn't. Most of them signed up and never did anything, so they've not earned anything from it. They didn't pay anything, so it's, you know, neither here nor there. But they could be earning money back. But I do get it. If you're busy, you haven't got time to look to understand it properly. I've understood it really well because I'm you know, at home a lot, and I can understand it that way. My daughter's just signed up to it, and in fact that's why I was late coming on broadcast, because she just done her first order and she thought that she'd done it wrong and hadn't got her cash back, and I was trying to talk her through it, but in the end I was going to be so late on the broadcast that I asked her to talk to my son, who he was actually the one who signed her up. And there's a benefit if anybody signs up through my link. There's a benefit to you and there's a benefit to me. So I've had 2 customers who signed up and have gone all the way through and qualified for they get £10. When you sign up, you get £10, but you have to wait till you've qualified for it. And that sometimes can be, you know, it depends what you're spending through it. So anyway, I've just had a 3rd one who's actually signed up. So there will be, and that was on a time when it was on £30 for me if I signed somebody up, and £10 for the person signing up. But don't forget, you know, you benefit and I benefit, and then when you sign up, you can sign other people up and get that same sort of benefit. So out of the £300, just over £300 that I've had cash back, £60 was for signing a couple of people up who did their qualification right through, and every now and again they have a special deal, like, oh, if you buy in one of the retailers on our site today before midnight, you will get £2. Now, £2 and £2 and £2, they all add up, and I've got time to do that. So I've done several things where I was going to buy something anyway, and you know, I might have been going to buy it tomorrow. So if I buy it today, I'll get an extra £2 plus the cash back of what I was going to buy. And of course, my classic one was when I bought my new vacuum cleaner. My old vacuum cleaner died a death, and I didn't want an all singing, all dancing, you know, one that makes the toast and cleans the walls and everything else. I wanted a bog standard upright Hoover. And so I found one on Argos for £77. And so I put it in my basket, but I didn't buy it straight away. And that's a good tip, folks. Sometimes put stuff in your basket, but don't buy it straight away, because some of the stores will tempt you to buy it by giving you a discount off it. And that's what happened to me with Argos. It was still in my shopping basket, so they tempted me. I was going to buy it anyway, but I just hadn't got round to doing it. I was still working out, is this what I really want to do? Do I do it? How do I do it? And I'll do it with the top cash back as well, so I'll get a little bit back. Well, what happened? I decided I would buy it, but they offered me £5 or £6 off it. So that was 71 down to, so let's say it was £6, so it'd be down to £71. And then because, it was a day when I think was a fiver coming off for £2? I can't remember. So let's say £2. So it was down to £69. And then I got cash back off it as well. So because I hadn't bought it earlier in the week, it was still sitting in my basket on the day that they popped up and said, we'll give you extra £2. So you know, hello, good morning, Hazel. Nice to see you. I'm peering over because my phone is standing in one of these plastic boxes because I can't find my phone stand, and I have to peer over the top of the edge of the box to see you. So lovely to see you, Hazel, coming in there from Australia. And so yes, so top cashback, if any of you don't use it and want to know how you can benefit from it, there it is going across the bottom. That's the link you need. Actually, if you want me to put, I can put you a link in the comments. Whoops, I think that will be a clickable link. Otherwise, you've got to remember what that link across the bottom there says. Let's see. Whoops, let's see if I can. You had to take a call. Doesn't matter, Corrie. I was chatting about, I don't know, when did you leave the conversation, Corrie? And when did you come back to the conversation? So I've just been talking about the cashback, Corrie, and the benefits of it and how much I've had from it. And actually, I found a better benefit, another benefit now, which I will just tell you. But I'm just going to give you the link if any of you want to sign up. This is the link. The link that's going across the bottom. I will just wait a minute. It doesn't want to copy. Come on, copy it. Oh, come on. It doesn't want to copy. It's having a go slow. Why is it having a go slow? Oh, there we are. It's copied now. Let's put it into the right. So some of you are on YouTube. So this is dropping it into the YouTube. There we go. And I'll drop it into the Facebook because I'm not on StreamYard. I'm not on StreamYard on here because it was giving us feedback. So I'm on YouTube and Facebook there, so I can drop the comment in here. Let's see. Let's paste it in there. Come on, paste it. Oh, maybe I've got to copy it again because I've already done it once. Let's copy it again. Yeah, it's copied it again. Let's put it into there. Right, paste it and share. Oh, it says, oh, I don't know, have I shared it? Share to my feed. No, I want to share it into my, oh, I don't want to share it there. I want to share it to you lot down here. Oh, there we go. There we go. So I've shared it there. As I say, I get a better benefit because I think I paid £5 for a year. And they took it out of my bonus. So they never took it off me, out of my bank account. It went off there. So I've just repaid the £5, but it meant I get a better benefit. See you Friday. Yes. Okay, Abby. Yeah, so anyway, if anybody wants any news about the cashback, but I found something because my daughter likes to go into the store sometimes, but my son taught her that you can actually buy a so this is what I'm going to do next time when I go in Iceland on a Tuesday to get the 10% off for senior citizens. I suspect they'll let me do this, so I'm going to buy a gift card. I'm going to use my top cashback when it comes in. I'm going to use my top cashback to get a voucher for Iceland, because when you get cashback from top cashback, you can have it paid into your bank account, or you can have it paid into a wallet and use it for vouchers for various things. Now, if you use it as a voucher, you get a better deal. You get a better percent. So I did it for Morrison's, but I didn't, and then I did it for Tesco's one time, but I didn't realise straight away that you actually have to use those vouchers in store. And of course, I was doing most of my shopping online. I have managed to get to Tesco's and get to Morrison's and use those vouchers, but I do intend to go into into Ryde. Iceland's in Ryde, and I intend to do a better deal and go into Ryde perhaps on a Tuesday to if I go on Tuesday I get 10% off. But if I've converted some of my top cashback to a voucher, then I can use those vouchers in Iceland and get a better deal still than the deal, than I would have got cash. I would get more than I would get cash. So I'm learning even more tricks here of how to make this work the best way for me. So I'm going to play that and see how I get on. And I must go back to telling you, while I was in the works, I was busy just looking at the craft stuff like I do, and in our works in Ryde, there's all the craft stuff there, and then there's a big pillar here, and you can't get past the pillar, so you have to walk round right round. There's a whole display here. You have to walk right round that to get round there to the stationery items. And I saw somebody the other side with a lot of stationery, and I thought she was a member of staff because she had so much stationery that she was holding. I thought she was sorting the shelves out and things. Anyway, I wanted to look at the stationery, so I went round there, said hello to her, and it turned out she wasn't. She was actually a student and getting stuff for college. Anyway, we ended up in a conversation. Long story short, she's just joined the Go Live Granny group, so to connect with me, because we ended up having a conversation about craft and things like that. And her mum is very into craft, she said. And I said, well, maybe your mum, is she retired? Would she like to come along to our craft workshops? So this young lady's connected with me. And the fact is that her mum might come along to our group. So that was a really nice connection, it's just, and the conversations I've had like that in the works, I had a wonderful conversation with somebody in the works in Newport. I was talking to somebody just like that, a random shopper, and somebody I knew went past the outside. I know I've told this story before, but she went past the outside of the shop. She heard my voice. It was a blast from the past. I hadn't seen her for years. And she came in and she said, oh, hello, Lynn. I thought that was you. She said, I'm now the fundraiser for AIDS UK. And of course, we then, I don't know if she still works there because this was some years ago. But she told me, she was responsible for telling me that if we made the smoothie hats, which a lot of us did, if we gave the smoothie hats to AIDS UK on the Isle of Wight, not the shops, because the shops, all the AIDS UK shops, all that profit goes back to the main charity, the national charity. But if we gave our little smoothie hats that we were making in to the Isle of Wight office, all that money would stay on the Isle of Wight. And so I stopped sending them. I used to send them, knit them every time and send them to the mainland. Well, now it saves me postage and it benefits us here on the Isle of Wight. And she told me that, so I wouldn't have known that if I hadn't have been chatting to that lady in the works, and Paula hadn't heard me, so that was always interesting. So anyway, I think I must finish up in a minute because we've been quite a while on here, and some of you might want to, actually, well, you never have to stay, folks. You don't feel obliged to stay. If you need to go and do other things, or if you just don't want to stay, that's fine. Absolutely not a problem. But I think I might need to go and actually have a drink and maybe just chill out for a short while before I go to bed. Hang on a minute, I just want to do something here because I just spotted something. But yes, anyway, nice of you to join me here. I must try and give you more notice. The trouble is, I don't know when I want to go live at the moment. Like I always used to go live at the same time, and you all knew when I was going to go live. I'm not sure when I want to go live until, that day. So until I feel right, like I know when I want to go live, I can't give you as much notice. So not to worry about that. Oh, that's lovely. It's just got a message in. So I would like to be able to give you more chance to know when I'm going to go live, and I've got to work out how easily I share it because I'm struggling still to share it. I'm just getting back into routine. I've had to learn a lot of things again. I forgot so much when I was poorly with and recovering from pneumonia. It's certainly affected my memory on a lot of things. I have to revisit and learn things again, but I will get there, or not, as the case may be. But for now, I hope you've enjoyed having a look and seeing what I'm doing. I will be knitting some more scrubbies. Which colour shall I do next? What colour would you like to see next? Would you like to see the pink or the white or the navy? You tell me what you'd like to see next, and or I should just choose one of them and make some of them. But I bought all those balls of wool because I wanted it before that wool is not available anymore. So I'm going to go and rinse out my jars ready for putting on display on my shelves. I did buy some walnuts in Poundland. They do walnuts and things like that, and so I'm going to pop my walnuts into some of these, and I'm allowed 5 walnuts a day on the Slimming World plan. I could have 10, but I would have to count them then as sins. If I have 5, they count as my as my B choice. And this may not make a lot of sense to most of you, so don't worry about it if it doesn't. It's just me rambling on about, you know, the things I do. So anyway, thanks for joining me. We've done the unboxing. We've seen what I bought in the shops, and I am making huge, well, I say huge progress in getting the flat tidied. You know, every time I think I'm getting somewhere, something happens. Like, you know, last week I bought that huge amount of craft stuff because it was such a good deal. It was too good to miss. And so I've got all this wonderful stuff, but now I'm trying to sort it out. So I moved. I had a piece of. I said I was going. I'd always do this, don't I? I had a set of drawers. Those lovely rainbow drawers. Oh, a set like this. You can see these rainbow ones here. I had another set that was just on the landing, but it was part way across the doorway, and I just kept thinking I shouldn't have that. Anyway, I've managed to put that somewhere else and jiggle things around, because I'm now trying to jiggle more furniture and making the maximum space so that I can get all these all my craft stuff away, but in spaces where I can find it. You know, a lot of these drawers were only part full, so now I've got, you know, all those lovely wooden bits. You know, I've still got some of those here on the table, all the little wooden bits and pieces that I got from that craft event the other day and whatever. They can double up in shelves. I'm now using these little shelves. Can you see these little ones? Some of them are not full, but that now I've got things I can put all in here. What I want to do is so that I know where everything is, and I'm getting there. And I also had some Kallax units in my lounge, and at the top I'd got some photographs, but I'd got some that were sort of lying on their sides somewhere to store them, and I didn't want to see those. I only wanted to see the ones that were on display, but I've got too many to display all at once. So I wanted to sort that lot out, and I knew it was pretty dusty up there, but you know, I don't really like to climb. But I have a little ladder that's got 2 steps on it. And I thought, well, I'll go on the 2 steps. But actually, do you know what? That ladder was not as good. I've got another ladder that's very, very solid, and it really clips well. And so I got the other ladder. It was heavy, but I just jiggled it. I walked it across the room because I've got to be careful. And I got that one out, and I was able to reorganize all my Kallax units. So they're up like that sort of height. And on the top, in the other room, I've put my awards, because I've actually won quite a lot of awards, and it's quite nice to have them on display. So I've put some of the awards along the top. I've got some lovely little of those sayings. One of them says, leave a little sparkle wherever you go. The other one says, she thought she believed she could, so she did. You know, some of those sort of things, those positive things. So I've got those all up the top. I've made a lovely display. It's wider than this one, so there's more boxes, and I've made a lovely display of family photographs. And then at some stage I'll change those over and I'll put different ones up there. But I did, the first day I only went on the little ladder. I thought, no, I mustn't do this. Everybody will tell me off and I might fall. But I was determined. I wanted to finish it, and I thought, if I can go up a 3rd rung, I will manage it. I'm not going up any more than 3 rungs. And it was very solid. That was very solid. If I thought it wasn't, I would have got down. But I managed to do it, and certainly managed to do it and get my display up, and I feel really, really pleased. So then I could push my furniture back. I had to pull my furniture out because I've got sofas that sit in front of the Kallax units. And so I pulled that out to get to the Kallax units and to find the wool, you know, the scrubby wool, and I've been able to push those back, and I've been able to sort some other stuff. And the the rainbow drawers that were out there that were sticking partway across this door, I found a home in there for them where they're not sticking out. And round there, I've found a home for lots of my plastic boxes that I've got lots of my craft stuff in, and it tucks in. It's not sticking out anymore. So, hello, Elizabeth. Nice to see you. Sorry, I didn't give anybody much notice today. I'm really sorry. It was difficult. Okay. Sorry. Hang on. I'm just reading a message. Thank you for that. Thank you for that message, Corrie. I'll read that properly in a minute. But no problem. So yes, so I'm determined to make huge progress on all this craft stuff that's all drifting around the place, so that I can get it all sorted and know exactly where everything is, and actually start doing a lot more crafting. Because when I know where everything is, then I will be able to craft much more easily. I'll think, oh yes, I've got all the green shiny paper there, because at the moment I got green shiny paper mixed in with blue shiny paper and pink not shiny paper and all that. So I've got, and on the sofas, no, I've moved it. I've managed to move it now. But on the sofas there were all those crates of paper that I bought at that craft stash the other day. So so you know, it always sounds like I'm trying to tidy up. I am. But I think, you know, in the next week or so, I will make a huge amount of progress, and then I will be able to get on and make lots and lots of lovely craft things. Some for, you know, some for friends, some to sell for the charities, some for me. I want to make, I've got so much wool. And as I told you the other day, I went through 32, you know, the cubes that go in the Kallax boxes. I've got the grey cubes that go in the ones in the other room. I've got at least 36 of those full of wool. And there's things I want to make. I want to make smoothie hats ready for the next campaign. There's other bits of knitting I've got to finish off that I should have finished a long time ago. I want to make some more little toys. Oh, I want to make a Rapunzel, because some people, when they saw my lovely little fairy tower, they said I needed a Rapunzel to go here with her hair all down the side. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. Elizabeth says that she tidies up, but it ends up messy again. So it gets worse before it gets better too, doesn't it? It always gets worse before it gets better. So you know, so actually let's go back on there. Hang on, that's it. Oh, I forgot where I was. Oh, I think I was over here, was I? Oh, I was watching the live on Facebook and now I can't find it. Never mind, not to worry. So, hello, Andrea. Andrea, I've been live for about an hour and 37 minutes. I didn't give anybody much notice, so I must please forgive me, folks, that I didn't give you much notice. But you can always watch the replay. And if you want to hear me rambling, and some of you like it, anybody who doesn't can just scroll on by. You know, that's the plan. We scroll on by. You know, anybody who starts moaning, I have people who moan and say, oh, you talk on your live, you know, when I'm live streaming an event, you talk over it. Well, yes, because my audience like me talking over it. And if you don't like it, this is what I tell them. If you don't like it, scroll on by. It's what your thumb is for. And I don't suffer fools gladly anymore. I used to. It used to worry me. Doesn't worry me anymore. If you don't like my, you know, I don't mean you personally, my lovely audience, because you lovely audience do like coming in here. But I mean those nasty people who try and bring you down. They don't bring me down. I just have a game with them sometimes. Some of them I've had a real game with, you know. Especially the ones who tell me that I'm the laughing stock. I say, oh, good. I like to make people laugh. That's brilliant. Thank you. You know, I when I'm well, I've got all the snappy catch answers, and most of the time I've been well. It's just that last year was not a good a good year for me. But it was actually, because it was the whole year was spent getting better, so it was actually a good year. It was the December before that wasn't. But you know, I'm very wary about looking after myself and making sure I don't overdo things anymore, because I can't, you know, I can't entertain you if I don't look after me, can I? So that's the plan. So yes, so what have I got ahead tomorrow? I'm going to have a stay-at-home craft day, and stay at home and tidy and craft, because I'm now, I've got the bit between my teeth to get this tidying done, especially today. I have you enjoy my chats, thank you, Andrea. I have days when I really feel like doing the tidying, and then I have days when I sit in the chair. I made Kath laugh the other day. I said I sit in the chair and I mentally tidy up. So I look at that thing on the floor and I think, oh, that should go over there, but I never get up and put it over there. But I have good days, and I have better days. So let's say I don't have bad days. I try not to have a bad day. If I'm a bit below par on one day, I just say, oh well, it doesn't matter, because tomorrow is another day, and probably tomorrow I will be, you know, better. You're getting your hair done tomorrow. You can't wait. Excellent, Elizabeth. That's lovely. That'll give you a bit of a boost. My hairdresser comes to me these days, and I love it, because I've known her for years, and you know, I've found it much easier. I went before, when I lived in London. At one stage, I had a hairdresser came to the house, but I ended up not liking it so much, because I liked to go out and be pampered in the salon. But now I like to have my hair done at home. My hairdresser knows me. She knows what I like. And we chat. We know each other very well, and we chat. And she usually stays on and has a coffee. She doesn't book anybody straight after me anymore. I mean, obviously she likes to have, she comes to me when she's seeing other people in Ryde, because obviously that makes sense when you're a mobile hairdresser to, you know, try and do this people in the same area together. And I never mind if she messages me and says, oh, can I move your appointment back half an hour or forward half an hour? It doesn't matter to me, because most of the time I'm at home. Very unusual for me to have to say no. So she comes, and then we sit and have a chat. You know, we might have a cup of coffee together. Your hairdresser comes to your sister's. You've had the same hairdresser for over 10 years. Excellent, Elizabeth. Yes, I mean, I've had some pretty awful hairdressers in the past, but you know, I know Jane very well, and I've recommended her to other people, and you know, I know you know, I know how it's going to be, and I just enjoy it, you know, and she's good, and she's quick when she does my hair, so that's nice. And it was just during pandemic, of course, so when we all had pandemic hair, and that's when I started wearing those fancy bows and things in my hair. But you know, it is what it is. So yes, I'm getting, you know, I felt even better when I tidied this little bit of area today. Even a little bit, anything small is a win for me. You know, I'm making sure that I don't overdo it, because I could slip back so easily. But you know, even this was a messy area, and then today I put one of these drawers was missing because I'd had it out and it hadn't gone back. So I found the drawer, put it back, put those up, and made that look a bit tidier. I'm getting there little by little, and I think, well, how can I make this tidier? You know, whatever. I've still got some space up there that can be for things I don't need often. I'm looking at all the gaps where there's spaces, and as you see, I've got these sort of boxes. Can you see? Up there, and John fixed them onto the side of the cabinet for me, because that was all wasted space. And I've got the same over here, which is wasted space on the side of the Calex unit here that's next to the computer. So if we can do it, if I can, you know, if there's a way, it will get done. I haven't resorted to sky hooks yet. Maybe I will. A little. That's right. Elizabeth saying, yes, a little job every day. Don't do too much. We all need you. Oh, thank you. That's so nice, Elizabeth. But you know, I've realised, you know, as I've got older, and certainly after I got ill, that I just need to pace myself. And, you know, if it doesn't get done today, it will get done tomorrow. And if somebody sends me an email and I don't reply to it, like I didn't reply to one today, I'll get it done tomorrow. You know, because, you know, that's how life is. And it is about, look, everybody needs to look after themselves. There was a chap in the works, and I was just talking to the cashier, who I know well. I know from being a great customer from the works, and so I chat to them, but then another customer came up, so I just moved aside, and he was chatting to her, and he told her he'd been in hospital he'd just had a stroke. Anyway, I went out and sat. There's a bench outside the works, and I sat on the bench for a few minutes. I thought, I'm going to sit here and just watch the world go by for a few minutes before I go on. And then he came out and he rested his bags on there, and I ended up chatting to him, and I said, make sure you look after yourself. If you've just had, he seemed to be rushing around a bit, and I said, if you've just had a stroke, take your time, don't rush, because things will wait. These days, I say to myself, is it life-threatening? If it's not life-threatening, it can wait. Only the life-threatening things need dealing with immediately. And it's a bit like when I do my crafting, and if people come into the craft workshop, they're always very worried at first that they might mess up a card. They're making a card, and we're providing the equipment. I provided some of it because I was happy to, but the charities now are providing the equipment going forward, the card and the paper and the glue and all that. And people are worried because they come into the workshop, they come in to do it free, and they're worried they're going to mess up. And I say to them, do you know what? It's just a piece of card. If it messes up, either we change it around and stick a butterfly on it, or it goes in the bin. If we can't fix it, it goes in the bin. Start again. It's a piece of card, and nobody should worry about messing up a piece of card. I've made a few people laugh, but that's not original phrase. I got that phrase from Crafters I watched. So there's always tomorrow a new day. Absolutely, that's right. And so that's what I tell myself. And some days I do actually just sit. And now I've bought myself a TV license. I sit and watch TV. Sometimes I watch craft demonstrations, because when I buy the Tonics things like this is Tonic Studio one, I need the instructions, and I'm better at watching. I'm a audio visual learner, so I'm better at watching a tutorial than I am reading instructions. So none of this, if all else fails, read the instructions. No, if all else fails, watch the video. And so that's what I do. But it's tremendous fun doing this. I want to make these in lots of different colours. Excuse me, I'm just going to have a drink, because I've talked myself hoarse, haven't I? Horse? Oh, horse was one of the things on Pointless. They wanted people to name, I can't remember what they had to name, but they had to name some things that all contained 2 of the letters of the word horse. So not only have you got to find the answer to the question, something that's the answer to the question, you've got to try and find a pointless answer, but then you've got to make sure your answer has 2 of the letters out of the word horse. But my general knowledge is getting better from watching all things. But I'm loving watching it now. I mean, I gave up my TV license years ago when I was out and about and running around and had very few pennies to my name. There was no point in buying a TV license because I never watched the TV. I was always out. So I cancelled my TV license. But my finances are in a little bit of a better place. I'm not going to be rich by any manner of means. I'm rich in different ways. I am rich in my friends and my community and the charities that we work with and all that. That's what gives me my riches. And it's easier for getting by now than I have had it in the past. So I decided that because I was home a lot and because people were talking about broadcasts that I thought, I might like that, I decided to invest. And it's like, what do I pay? When I decided to buy the TV license, I was paying £26 a month because it was half a year, I think, and I had to do it in a certain length of time. I can't remember. And now it's dropped down to it's only £13 a month. Well, that's pretty good, isn't it? I say I'd saved an awful lot of money by not being out buying coffees and meals out and all that sort of thing. I had a meal out the other day. I had coffee with a friend. Well, I paid for my friend's coffee today. I said, come on, I'll take you for coffee. But generally, I've saved so much money over the last year by not going out for coffee and not buying those meals. And, you know, I'm not going to do that a lot, but it's nice to do a little bit at a time. You know, I don't know if any of you spend a huge fortune on coffee. I mean, you know, a coffee is something like £3.50 at least, isn't it? Just even an ordinary coffee. And to think what I could buy craft-wise with that. So, you know, and of course the craft stuff lasts and lasts. The coffee is gone in about 10 or 15 minutes. The way I drink it, 10 or 15 minutes. Other people are quicker than me. But, you know, I poured myself a drink. I haven't drunk it. Silly me. That is very nice. That is zero sugar Fanta. Pineapple and grapefruit. Very nice. I like fizzy sometimes, but I wasn't having it because I didn't want to put on the calories, and then I found out that the 0 rated one was okay. So anyway, tomorrow night. No, wait a minute. What's today? Is it Wednesday? No, is it Tuesday? It's Tuesday, isn't it? It's Tuesday today. Thursday's weigh-in day. I didn't weigh in last week because I was on the beach having a ride on the hovercraft and taking part in the Ryde Accessible Beach project. So I didn't weigh in last week. The week before I'd had a meal out and I'd had a pie, and somehow I put on 5.5 pounds. I can't believe that one pie would do that. I don't know. I think our bodies go up and, you know, they change a lot. Anyway, so as I say, I didn't weigh last week, but I've been very careful this week. And when I did have a meal out the other day with my friends, I went for a jacket potato and, you know, a reasonably healthy option. And I did pop on the scales today. I don't normally do that in the week because you could get too obsessed with it. But because I put that 5.5 pounds on, I thought, I hope that's gone. I think it has. I think it's gone. So as long as I'm good now and stay on the straight and narrow till Thursday, hopefully it will show a reduction. I had lost 1.5 stone, and then I sort of crept back up a bit with that 5.5 pounds. But hopefully I will be now carrying on towards that next stone zone. So that would be good. And you know, my friends the other day, they said they can see that I've, you know, my face is looking thinner. And the thing is, when I'm out and about, it might not be so obvious because I wear those great big hoodies, those great big warm, you know, those lovely, like a blanket. What do you call them? The hoodies. And they're so nice and warm, and they've done a marvelous job in keeping me warm because of, you know, I was scared after the pneumonia not to catch cold. Anyway, today I could see the sun was shining, and I'd had one of those on indoors because I still needed it. Didn't have any heating on, but I had that on. And then I thought, well, when I go out, I'm not sure I need it. And I changed to go out, and I didn't put my hoodie on, but I took it with me just in case it was cold out there. But it wasn't. It was so warm today that I didn't need it. So I was just like this. But of course, when I haven't got that hoodie on, you know, my friends said they could see I'd lost the weight. I can tell I'm losing the weight. I wear trousers most of the time, and my trousers, of course, are elastic waisted, which is fine. But then that way you know, if you've got something that zips up and you start losing weight, then of course they start falling down. But at the moment, the trousers are not falling down, but they're obviously not going out around me as much because I'm tripping over the bottoms of them, which I didn't. So because my tummy's not so fat, it's obviously the trousers are falling, you know, they're longer on me. So I'm going to have to buy myself some new trousers or take up the hems. But, you know, I never measured myself when I started this, so I don't know, you know, how much I've lost. When I did this years ago and I lost 3.5 stone, I had a pair of shorts, and I kept them, and then I could see actually later on you know, like you could almost get somebody else in that pair of shorts with me. So I kept them. I could hold them up against things I had to, you know, I had to then buy. And I'm actually at the point where I'm probably going to buy some new clothes. I haven't bought any new clothes much for years. I inherited some from my mum, some of which were new. The only thing I have bought, I bought the T-shirt, the Red Nose Day T-shirt. That's the only thing I've bought recently to wear. But I am meeting somebody next week who's going to give me some crafty bits, and that's a giveaway craft bits. And so I thought, oh, that will come in useful for the craft club. And so I'm meeting her, and we're going to meet in Busy Bees because she's coming from Shanklin, maybe somewhere like that, and I'm coming from Ryde, and Busy Bees is in Ryde, but it's the other side of Ryde, so I can get a bus there. But in Busy Bees, it's a garden centre, but it's got a cafe. It's got a craft area which I need to steer clear of. It's got a gift area, but it's also got clothes in there, and they do some lovely clothes in there. So I'm going to go and have a look in there and maybe treat myself to a pair of trousers or something. No, I'm not going to go mad. I've still got things from my mum that I've had some things in from my mum. I had a pair of trousers that were my mum's, that they were brand new. She'd never taken them out of the bag. I wore them and they had a print on them. Obviously not a very, she usually used to buy really good quality stuff. But this, I'm not moaning. I'm just saying these obviously were, you know, maybe the Friday afternoon off the conveyor belt. The pattern wore off along the knees. So I got a pattern on some of the trousers and not there. And then it got a hole in the knee. I wear them indoors because there's, you know, it doesn't matter because nobody sees. But best probably not to wear them out of doors. So anyway, so I'm gonna, you know, that's what I'm gonna do. That's next week. So this week I've got Slimming World on Thursday. I've got craft workshop on Friday. Oh, and on Saturday, you might be in luck. You might see me out and about live streaming. Now, I don't know where my battery packs are. I wonder if when I tidy up, I can find my battery packs, because when I'm out live streaming, that uses the battery on the phone quite a lot, and I need a battery pack to back it up. But don't know where they are. I'll have to have a real think about that, because I would do some live streaming. Mind you, I could live stream and then go in the Riverside building and go and have a coffee in there and plug my phone in, and I've got a quick charger, so it would charge it up. So anyway, so it's Riverfest on Saturday, and Riverfest is a lovely free event for everybody. It's along the riverside in Newport, and it's like a good old street market, and loads of charities along there, you know, promoting the charities to the people. So I like to go along and promote all of them. So as long as it's not raining, you know, it's not really chilly or anything, I'll be along there on Saturday. I'm looking forward to that. I'm glad that I'm feeling better and able to go to that. One year it was mega hot, and Kath will remember this because I met Kath and John down there, and we had they brought me ice cream. We had huge ice creams. I wasn't doing Slimming World then. We had huge ice creams, but it was so hot that day, I remember. But you know, I think I've only ever known one wet Riverfest, and that Riverfest's been going for years, and they have a stage and they have musical things going on, and they have marching bands, and they have little small funfair things, you know, rides for the children, and then, as I say, lots of charities, and then they have lots of local craft people selling their craft stuff. And then they might have some motorbikes on show or some old cars on show, and it's just all along down by the riverside. And it's just such a nice event, and it's easy for me to get to. I just have to get the bus into Newport, and very easy to get to. So if it's nice weather here on the Isle of Wight, I will be out doing that and sharing that with you. But for now, I think it's time I went and sorting myself out before bedtime. I don't think I'm going to be in bed very early because it's 11:05 now. But you know, if I go to bed late, I lie in the morning because I can, because I'm retired, and I am loving my retirement. I'm loving it probably even more since I've got better from being ill than I enjoyed it before I was ill, because I was always running around so much, and now I'm actually probably enjoying retirement in the way it's supposed to be retired, in that, you know, don't do too much. But I'm really, really enjoying it. I love the fact that I can just do what I want most, you know, nearly every day. I can get up, and if I, you know, I get my breakfast, have my coffee, have my breakfast, and then decide, do I want to sit and watch the TV? Do I want to craft? Do I want to do craft and sit and watch the TV? Oh, do you know, the choices? It's unbelievable. Anyway, folks, thank you so much for sticking with me. I can see there's still a few of you here. It's just coming up for the 2 hours. I do appreciate it so much, you know, and if I ramble too much, well, just switch the off button. But I know that some of you like it. I watch other people, and there's certain people I love to watch, and you know, some of them just do a very short. There's Jess and her grandma Norma, and they do 3-minute videos, and I love to watch those. She's 93. She's 20 years older than me, so maybe when I'm 93, will I still be live streaming? Will I still be doing this? Who knows? Anyway, for now, I'm going to go. Love you lots. Thank you so much for staying with me, and this time I really am going. So take care, and see you all again tomorrow. Or no, not necessarily tomorrow, but whenever I decide to live stream again. And I hope that I can give you more notice next time. Bye.